Well, good morning, Lionhearts. It's your old pal, Jordan the Lion. I trust you all had a great Valentine's Day, did you? Great. Well, today is my Valentine's Day. I'm not feeling any better. I still have like the wobbly knees and I'm feeling dizzy and I'm congested. I feel like probably like 5% better, but like I said, today is my Valentine's Day because my girlfriend works so hard through the week. She works a full-time job splitting between two places. She is an ER vet tech, so she works so hard and she goes to school and makes time for me too. And even though I'm sick, I want to do something special for her. So we're going to go out and hit the grocery store. I have no groceries. We're going to go do the vlog, which I think is actually really funny today. And then at 4 o'clock, she's coming over and I'm going to take her out to dinner. And I bought her a few gifts that I couldn't show you guys on here because she watches and she would have seen them before then. So I'm going to give her her little Valentine's Day treats and stuff. And I don't know, maybe I'll put her on camera. We'll see. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. Well, good morning, my friends. It's a beautiful day here in Los Angeles, California. Let's take Jaw out for a little walk before we go do some exploring. There he is. Well, the sun's starting to poke his head out. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to head over to Hancock Park and I'm going to show you what used to be the talk of the town in Hancock Park. And it's one man's creation that ended up backfiring on him and ended up taking over his entire life, and he ended up having to get rid of it. Sunset Ranch. Wow. How long do you think that was all ripped up before they finally decided to get rid of it? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I've never noticed this little waterfall over here. Well, this is making me think of Italy. Not too far now. We're on our way in, geez, what? A little under 3 weeks. Now this is kind of interesting. I just looked over at this plant and then I noticed down here, check this out. Almost like they've got some sort of little religious, I don't know what the deal is here. It's a conglomeration of rocks and I don't know what all the deal is here. Chalk that one up to Weird Hollywood. Oh, look at that. There's like a dragon right here in the railing. Almost like you could use it as a horse hitching post with this little thing right there. I never noticed that before. I've been over here many times. Alright, go ahead, go say hi. Unreal. Get a couple of the rib bones here. Reach for it, child. Reach for it. I want to get some of this stuff done now. I came back from the walk with Jaw and I felt really dizzy. I'm not feeling great. Alright, I need some vegetables for juice. I should totally come here more often. This is a really good grocery store. Alright. And this, some of that, and that, and the spinach. And then the cucumber. Alright, we're done. Now off to Hancock Park and Youngwood Court. Well, here we are in Hancock Park. Some of the most beautiful homes in all of Los Angeles. And the house that we're gonna see today is not what it was in the story I'm gonna tell you. You see, in 2012, this house was sold and drastically changed into what it looks like now. But in 1997, a man named Norwood Young, who was, he was a singer, made a lot of money in Germany performing and owned a club over there, and was in an R&B group from Philadelphia in the late 80s and 90s called Pieces of the Dream. And he came out here in a traveling Broadway show and decided to stay, started renting this house, and then just when he moved in, all the rooms were pink and he didn't like it, so he started changing the insides 2 years into the changes of the insides, he decided he was just going to buy the house and change everything about the house to suit his personality. Now the house used to be, well, it's the same house, it's right here, but it looks drastically different because when Norwood owned it, he had chandeliers, he had paintings and murals all over the inside of the house of himself. He had some of the rooms decorated Egyptian, some Italian. He had a pool that had a wall on the side of the house facing the pool, a mural of himself. He had a marionette in the front doorway that would wave at you of himself when you walked in. Countless pictures and statues inside. He had a pool with a mural tile bottom portrait of himself, and that's just what you couldn't see from the outside, because this house was infamous in this neighborhood because of the outside. You see, before all these bushes and this wall was here, there was actually a white wrought iron fence that went across here, and it said right here, Youngwood Court, the name of his house. Now he also had, and this is what he was known for, lining this driveway right here in the arch, he had 20 Michelangelo David statues. Now the story is that well, there's actually a couple of stories. One of the stories is that he put one out. The neighbors started to complain, thinking it looked gaudy, and so to retaliate, because he thought nobody should be able to tell him what his style of his house should be, he decided to add 19 more. Now, to quote him, this was an expression, that statue was an expression of his life and the struggles he had went through. He said, it wasn't just an excuse to put 20 penises out on my front lawn, I don't roll that way, unquote. So basically his story was that he was a musician and he started decorating this house, and when you would have come by here, you would have seen actually pillars going all over the roof with statues and busts on them. You would have had one of Venus de Milo, but the rest would have been 20 Michelangelo Davids. You would have also seen gold lion heads all over the front, and actually right in the front doorway at the center of the driveway, he actually had a music note, because he was a musician, with Youngwood Court written across it. Now what happened was he created this as an expression of himself and to kind of retaliate to the neighbors trying to tell him what to do, but he said he also thought that he could use that to kind of ride that into a segue into his music career. The problem is he really, once he started getting acclaim, his neighbors actually started to complain about the look of his house and everything, so he kind of like took all the media he could, but he started throwing parties and getting into drugs here, and he said, I just never was creating, so I kind of ruined it for myself. I never took advantage of the fame that I was getting for the house. And then all of a sudden, every time somebody would call or want to talk to him, it was never about his music, it was only about the house. And he, you know, if they called and said, we want to feature you on the cover of a magazine, it was no interview, it was just, we want you in front of the house, we want you to show the house or show parts of the house. So his creation became his demon. And he actually said the whole reason he was doing this was, he said when he was a young boy, he had a cousin that molested him and used to call him Pretty Boy. And so he was always trying to escape who he really was. In fact, he had countless plastic surgeries to alter his face, and then would regret it and spend a bunch of money trying to reverse them. Now, if you want to see what this house looked like in its heyday, Norwood Young actually made a music video inside and outside the house, and the music video was a song about him having to live with the house, how the house had basically like taken over his life. So eventually in 2011 he just decided he couldn't handle it anymore, and he decided to put the house up for sale, and he said, I don't care what the new owners do with it, I don't care if they get rid of the statues, if they keep them, I don't care what they do, just as long as I don't own it anymore. And that's basically what happened. As you can tell here, it used to all be white, and I'll put in a couple of different photos of what it used to look like, but yeah, he used to, I mean, he was extravagant. They said he had a Rolls Royce that was painted the color of a tequila sunrise, because the first time he got to drink a tequila sunrise, he thought it was so beautiful he just decided to have all of his cars painted that way. And they said at Christmas time he would decorate all of the Michelangelo Davids with Santa Claus hats. When Michael Jackson died, he put them all in Thriller jackets, or Beat It jackets, I forget which one. But I just thought that was hilarious. So now he actually, if you look on YouTube, you can find he made like kind of a little reality show about living here and living with the house and everything. And I just thought it was such a crazy story that even though the house is dramatically different, I mean, as different as it could be, as I understand it, they've changed just about everything except for like a lot of the tiling on the inside of the house. And he even said he was cool with that. He said, you know, I don't expect anybody to want to live with my style the way, you know, just like when I moved in here, I painted over all the walls and everything, all the rooms. So he said, once I don't live here anymore, they can get rid of all the statues, and they did. Pretty cool story. The legend of Youngwood Court. So now Norwood Young is drug-free, alcohol-free, party-free, and devotes his life to God, and I still believe he's out performing and singing. Like I said, I'll try to remember to post the link to his music video about the house and where it displays the house, and you can check it out for yourself. What a fascinating dude, huh? He used to refer to himself, or some used to call him the Black Liberace, if that gives you any kind of indication as to how the neighborhood viewed the house. Alright, time to get some gas. There's the LA Hood Life tour. So check this out, I also got this at the store that I didn't show you. I can't believe I found this. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. Campbell's Chicken and Stars. I love it. Back to the original star. Sweet. Alright, time for some chicken noodle soup. And I have to throw this chair away. This is Jaws' chair. It's so uncomfortable, and we got a new one getting delivered tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get it downstairs and chuck it. Alright, I am feeling worn out, so I'm gonna take a nap, and then I'm gonna wake up before she comes over, and I'm gonna lay out all the stuff that I got for her on my bed and have it displayed out when she gets here. Alright, we're pretty much ready for her. She's nothing if not punctual. She's almost never ever been a minute late, so let's lay it out. I didn't get her flowers because she's almost never home. When she's home, she's either sleeping or studying, so figured since she likes to call Ja the love bug, I got her this little bear with like kind of ladybug wings. And unfortunately, the little Debbie heart, they packaged it upside down, so it says Be My Valentine, but it's freaking upside down. I think she'll be happy. She's got a sweet tooth, she loves chocolate, so I think she'll be happy. Well, it looks like she got you a toy too, didn't she? You love it, don't you? Holy cow, look what I got for Valentine's Day. She got me a Frank Zappa Freakout shirt. We were in a store and I kept looking at it. She got me that. She got me a Vincent Price bust. How awesome. And Vincent Price cooking book. That is so awesome.
I know you don't cook, but I guess his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff he likes to
and of
eat.
course candy. Oh, thank you, babe. That's so nice of you. Oh, look at that. She's got me this little heart light up necklace, some lips. Oh, that's so sweet. And then all these little, oh, it's so cute. Oh, that is so awesome. There's the Vincent Price bust. It comes with like a little notch to hang it on your wall. Oh, that's so cool. So that's where it's gonna live, right there in my door frame. So cool. Well, good evening, my friends. I hope you guys all enjoyed this vlog today, and I hope you are now furiously looking through the internet to find out about Norwood Young. And I had a great Valentine's Day, so I'm very happy. I had a great day, so. See y'all tomorrow. I wanted to thank Lawrence Scott for becoming my newest Patreon, and everyone else. Have a great night. Goodbye.